Yo, boys, before we get into the video, if y'all are not in the group, make sure you get in here. We are going to have some probably limited edition Halloween merch dropping in the group probably some point today. It might be up there for like a week or maybe until Halloween and I'll take it out. I don't know, I'll decide. But yeah, it's going to be some limited edition Halloween merch, to make sure you get in there and claim it while you can. I'll try to make it as cheap as possible, maybe like 25 or less, just so like a lot of people can be rocking that. But anyways, boys, enjoy the video. Hey cuties, what's going on? It is that long awaited time. A lot of you have been begging me, tier list, oh my god, tier list. Like, bro, I wasn't gonna make a tier list for update 10 when all we had was goddamn Archer. All we got was Archer. Why would I make a tier list on that? Like, it would have been no point. It would have been exactly the same. Archer would have just been thrown in somewhere, probably mid or something like that. I don't know. But now that we have 3 characters to do, we can go ahead. I can go ahead and throw this together. You know, I did a lot of testing. I did like assist testing, damage testing, time challenge testing, boss killing testing with the characters. I'm not gonna do the like entire roster because it's too many damn characters now, and there's no point for doing like the useless characters nobody cares about. We're gonna do like the 800 gem characters and up, because 800 gem characters are all like actually like viable, sorta. But every other character really does not matter. You should not be using them. You should just save up and get gem characters. So we're just gonna go ahead with the ones that matter, you know, or for the most part matter. Some of them are still garbage, so I'm gonna say they don't matter anyway. But like, they're gems, you know. So let's just get into it. So first, we have Megaman. So I'm gonna go through all of these as like in every different category. Like I'm gonna go like boss killing, mob killing, damage over. Boss killing, mob killing, time challenge, raid. I don't know. I'll just go. I'll figure it out as I go. So Megaman, mob killer. She's but she stands still a lot. Well, normal Megaman, she stands still a lot, and she has like almost no iframe. So because she stands still, she will get hit a lot. And if you try to fight a boss with her, you will get hit a lot, because like she stands still for a good bit, and she really doesn't do that much damage either as an assist or a main. So it's like, man, I don't trust any of these songs, bro. Hold on. I don't trust any of these songs. I'm gonna get copyright. I'm gonna get copyrighted for that little 10 seconds. Let's play. Give me a second. Let me find a good song. All right, I think this one hasn't failed me yet. At least I don't think. Watch me get copyrighted still. But yeah, Megaman. Yeah, she normal Megaman is an L, bro. Actual L. I don't know. It's just. Why would you ever use her other than just because like, oh, I love Megaman? Like that's the only reason why you use her. Other than that, she's not useful in any way. You wouldn't use her like at all in anything. Next, we have Shieldman. I'm gonna just immediately throw him in the trash, and let me explain why again. So first, we got mob killing ability. I mean, the only thing that can really kill the mobs is like his 2. His 2 is really not that good. His 3 is. Actually, no, his 3 is like his best ability, but even then, the range on it is not that good. It doesn't do too much damage. He barely hits any of his abilities. His 1 is probably the worst ability in the game. It's like a little shield bash, takes you like 3 feet, and it hits a single mob. It has no AoE whatsoever. His ult is trash. It hits like, he has one of the lowest damage ults. He hits like 6 times and then does like, he does less damage than these 800 gem characters. Like and his assist, it's a whole 2 minutes for no damage and 4 seconds of iframe. It's like, bro, I can't even fathom why people will ever try to defend Shieldman. He is absolute garbage. You never want to use him for anything. Like, maybe even if you're like trying to help a friend like do damage and raid, or you're trying to protect them with the iframe, you're better off throwing Sakura in there instead of him. You will be able to use him 4 or 5 times out of that entire raid, for just 4 seconds. There is no point to use. We're just moving on. Priestess. Priestess is a W. She's pretty much invincible as a main. Of course, she does have a like attacks, and her attacks can actually like do some damage to the mobs if you like have good enough stats. But like if you use her as a main, she's pretty much invincible. She has iframes on every single attack. She's god tier healing capability. Like she can keep a whole team alive in a raid. Get two of her, like everybody in the raid isn't dying unless they're just absolute garbage. As an assist, she like still fire because she still hits you like 20%. So like Priestess is a W. She's a W for sure. Like the only time you really use it like if you want to play full on support or if you need help like in a dimension or anything like after you throw her in an assist slot. But like she's a W, wholehearted W. Naruto. I think I'm gonna finally give some respect to Naruto. Y'all know I've been dissing Naruto for a good bit, but I think it's time to give him some respect where it's due. He's gonna go in the top tier because I didn't really put that many. No, I should probably add a new tier, right? Can I do that right now? Oh wait, no. Because I want to put him in the top tier, but then it's like I don't want to have too many people. I don't think I'm gonna have to. What do all these Lowe's ads come from? I got another tier, right? I kind of want to put another tier. I kind of want to. I feel like I have to. But yeah, let's just do it. Add row above. Add row above. Let's change his name to I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna put up there. I don't know. Naruto was gonna go in godly. I wanted to put him in the top tier, like the top tier we had, but it's like I still feel like he doesn't belong. Because you can't. I mean, he's decent as a main, but over top of people like Goku, Gilga, I think Witch Megan might even be up. No, you know what? I'm just gonna make people happy. I'm gonna make people happy. Naruto's gonna be in the top tier. He's all right as a main. You wouldn't really use him as a main most of the time, but he's all right as a main. If you only have Naruto, I mean, you can go ahead and buy him. He's still not worth all of the raid tokens either way, but he's very, very useful as an assist. He's probably one of the best assists. He's probably the best assist, or maybe top 2 in the game right now. Because he's useful, he's really useful in time challenge, and he's really useful in the dimension. He's also useful in a raid. His assist is useful in every game mode. Like Naruto can be useful like in those ways. And as a main, he's decent enough to where overall he can be put in this tier. Mob killing is fine. DPS is fine. Damage is like fine. I can't really say anything bad about him anymore. For you Naruto stands, this is a W. Y'all earned my respect. Naruto has earned some respect from me, so he will get put up here. Next we have Ryuko. Obviously, Ryuko is still one of the best characters. That's pretty much a given. Roblox character, of course she's gonna be good. Great mob killing capability. She has the highest assist damage in the game. She probably has one of the highest damages overall. She has god tier movement. She has decent enough boss killing capability. So yeah, she just goes up here. Rengoku is gonna go into the W. Oh, that's Saber. Rengoku is gonna go into W. Second highest assist damage in the game. Good DPS. He's good mob killing. Like he's good at mob clearing. Decent at time challenge because he's good at mob clearing. The boss damage is alright. Like he's not the best, but he can do some damage to the boss. The only thing about it is like his fire. His fire just gets left around all over the place, and if the boss comes out of it, then it's kind of like it's just yikes. You're missing out on a bunch of damage. But Rengoku is still a W. He's never going to be in the top tier because of those reasons. But like I said, he is still a W. He will get pretty high up. Bakugo. Bakugo. Y'all know how much I love Bakugo. How I compliment his movement. I still think he has the best movement in the game. You can go literally anywhere you want. You can change 4 different directions at once. He has good mob killing. Good mob killing. That's the only I really give him. He has god tier mobility, but only good mob. God tier mobility, good mob killing, but that's really all he has going for him. His ult damage, not the best. It has some AoE, but it's still not the best AoE. His assist damage is mid. His boss damage is god awful. So everything balances out, and that will place him pretty much in the middle. So yeah, I used to put Bakugo like in the W, but because of all of those things put together, yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! Great starter. Great mob killing. Bad boss damage. Assist damage is mid. It's mid just like Bakugo's. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as Bakugo. I feel like his mobility is less than Bakugo's, but everything else is like his mob clear is better than his though, because he has a lot more AoE in his moves than Bakugo does. And Bakugo, you kind of need like good stats to like clear out the mobs properly. So we'll just throw Yu-Gi-Oh! Above Bakugo. Genos is the same with Yu-Gi-Oh! But I'll throw him. I don't know. These two can go either way because Genos is better at like they both have good mob clearing, but Genos is better at bosses, while he's better at like overall like dominating mobs. Meaning he could be a decent time challenge like main if you have him, while you use Genos for like a more as a raid main and stuff like that. It's like these two can go either way. They're both like counters of each other. You want to like clear mobs, do time challenge better, Yu-Gi-Oh! You want to do bosses and mobs, whatever, Genos. It's like the same thing. Gojo, you already know, is always gonna be a W. Just because of all the like, variety. There we go. All the variety of characters we have now. Gojo is only going to go into the W. I will no longer be putting him in godly tier. Of course, he's godly, but he's godly at boss killing. That's the only thing. Time challenge, you wouldn't use him over most of these other characters. For dimensions, you wouldn't really use him unless you're resetting to the final boss. And for raids, he's the absolute best, of course. Like all he has going for him is his boss killing though. But because he is the absolute best boss killer in the game, and you would never beat Gojo at boss killing whatsoever, he's going to go at the top of W. Everybody else in W is going to go below him. But because Gojo, I always put him in godly, but I don't know, the boss killing capability carries him. So he will go at the top of W, but he won't go in the godly tier for today. Because he's only useful in pretty much one game mode. Most people won't even reset the Gojo for dimensions for final bosses because yeah, he also has a stat requirement too. You need high stats in order to make use out of him. So that's why he will also just yeah. Y'all get the idea. Kirito. Trash is an assist. Good main, good for dimensions, good for time challenge, good mob clearing, decent boss damage. So overall, that would put him like high W or godly. Compared to everybody else in godly though. I don't know. Cause this is tough, boys. This is tough. Cause usually I always had Kirito and Ryuko the same way, but if I really think about it, Ryuko does have the highest like assist damage, but you wouldn't really use her assist over other things anyway because she barely has range. Kirito's assist is just god awful. Boys, I don't think Kirito. I think Kirito drops down because you don't really hear a lot of people talking about Kirito. Because now Kirito gets outclassed by Kokushibo in the dimension. So you rather use Ryuko or Kokushibo. Not a lot of people use Kirito. And even then, he's still solid. You will still use him, but it's like, I don't know. Compared to who's up here, I feel like he doesn't belong anymore. I really feel like he doesn't belong anymore. But you can use him. He's good at multiple things though. I'll put him behind Naruto. Because you will use, I feel like Naruto will be more useful in most things than Kirito will, but Kirito is still more useful than Gojo in most things as well. I'll put Kirito at the bottom of Valley. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Next we have Rimuru. Rimuru, he was one of the best assists, but nowadays he's pretty. I'd say he's pretty mid. His 1 barely has range. His 2, he doesn't have the iframe on it. It has decent range, but not that much AoE. His 3 is pretty much like a worse version of Gojo's 2. His ult is the only good thing about him, which is why he was a good assist, but his assist is getting outclassed by most of these other new characters. So that pretty much just kind of bumps Rimuru down. I mean, if you need like if you're like still pretty new and you don't have like somebody like a Megaman or Alice or any of these other top characters, you can definitely still get Rimuru as an assist to like start you off. But once you get late game, he drops down. Todoroki, best ult damage out of the 1600 gem characters. He has like the 3rd best assist damage, I'm pretty sure. Something like that, 3rd or 4th, I can't remember. But otherwise, he's pretty ass. Otherwise, like, so because of the fact he's pretty ass in every other category other than like ult and assist damage, he's just an L for the most part. Like, yeah, you wouldn't really use, even like for raids and stuff now, you wouldn't use it anymore because Rengoku, Ryuko, Naruto, they do like better damage. Because now before you like in boss rush you use Rengoku and Todoroki because of the cooldowns, but now you can use Rengoku and Ryuko because Ryuko does the most assist damage, and they both have the same cooldown, just like Todoroki. So Todoroki is really not useful anymore whatsoever. So he's just an L. I want to throw him in trash, to be honest. I should throw Megaman down here actually. No, Megaman goes down here. Todoroki is still going to L. Megaman is just trash. Zenitsu. I won't throw Zenitsu in the trash. Actually, because he's not too terrible. He has decent mob clearing, but the only thing about him, he has no range whatsoever. His ultimate doesn't have that much AoE, meaning his assist will be the same, but he has decent ult damage and decent assist damage. He has decent damage overall. So his damage, I feel like, will carry him and put him into L tier and not trash. So yeah, Sukuna, trash. I'll throw him above Shieldman. Shieldman, I'm gonna put below everybody. Sukuna's normal abilities are awful. Barely any AoE. They all go like most of them go like one direction. His ult has no AoE whatsoever. Well, it has AoE, but it's not big. It's not big enough to like be useful in any sort of way. You wouldn't really use Sukuna like at all. Asuna, I'd say a pretty mid character. She has good mobility, which is why she's gonna go behind Bakugo and above Rimuru, because she has good mobility. Her mob clearing is good. Her ult damage is good, and it's a pretty good ult. You can control it like you can with Kirito's, but you would not use her as an assist. The only you really use her for is maybe time challenge. You use her for dimensions, but after it. So everything I feel like offsets each other, so she just goes in mid. Zoro, no mobility, but everything else is decent enough to put him in mid as well. Probably the Tower Rimuru. He doesn't have that much range, but he has great mob killing. Meaning he's good for time challenge, good for dimensions. He just lacking mobility, and his boss killing I feel like is maybe decent enough, but I haven't used him in a bit. But I feel like yeah, he'll still go there. He's alright. All Might is an L. He has alright AoE. He's good. The only thing he's really can be used for is time challenge. Otherwise, I wouldn't use him. You like if you barely have characters, you can use him as a time challenge assist or a main. But otherwise, not really. I wouldn't really use him at all. Alice, baby girl Alice, waifu material. As much as I want to put her above everybody. I will give her this. She's the best assist in the game. Because of the AoE, the damage is good enough to carry you. Because of the AoE is always great in Dimensions. It's the best time challenge assist. I wouldn't say the best assist in the game. Best time challenge assist. Best time challenge assist. Naruto's right behind her in time challenge assist. She's a decent assist for, well, she's a good assist for Dimensions. As a main, if you want to play, you can still play support with her because her ultimate heals. She has good mob clearing, and her boss damage isn't that bad because of how expensive a character she is. Her damage is like also up there like with these two. So I will put her above Kiriso and Godly because of all those facts. She doesn't really have any negatives. She has good mobility. The only thing about her is that she gets held in place like a good amount of times, and her 3 isn't the best. But I think her 3 still has more AoE than Sukuna's ult, so I mean, yeah, we take those. But overall, everything is positive, so, like positive or great. So she goes up here. Saber, I think Saber is in the same. She's in the same boat as Todoroki, but her abilities are like a little bit more like useful, and she has more iframes. So, but otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same as Todoroki. So she'll just go in an L, but like above him, you know. So yeah, Gilgamesh. We already knew this. Gilgamesh, great mob killing capability, low cooldowns, spammable, best main for time challenge, one of the best mains for Dimensions. He just doesn't. The only thing, good boss killing. The only thing about Gilgamesh that he doesn't have is mobility. But he has the highest ult damage in the game. He has almost the highest. He would have had the highest assist damage in the game if his cooldown wasn't so damn long. But if we're talking about just raw damage, his assist does the most. Like if you just need like one-time assist damage, he does the most damage as an assist. He does the most damage. He does the most ult damage. His ult has the highest, the further, like the biggest AoE in the game. His AoE on his ult is massive. And like I said, he's the best assist for time challenge, unmatched by anybody. Megaman is like, Halloween Megaman comes close, but he's still unmatched. Boss killing is up there. It's probably like second or third best, maybe fourth, I don't know. It's up there though. And yeah, Gilgamesh is just a big fat W. A big fat W. Kokushibo, right behind Gilgamesh. I will not put Kokushibo above Gilgamesh. As much as people like, both of these two go back and forth. The community's opinions are like kind of swap. But the reason why I will not put Kokushibo behind Gilgamesh is because the only thing Kokushibo really has going for him is his mobility, and meaning he's like good for clearing dimensions. But that's the only thing. His boss killing is still behind Gilgamesh's and Gojo's and maybe like a couple, I don't know. Time challenge, he's behind Gilgamesh and Megaman. Raids, he's behind Gojo and Gilgamesh. Like he's still like third. He's like third, like second or third or fourth in like everything. He only has good mobility. His mobility is like his top 3 mobility for sure. I still don't know where to place him. But other than that, that's really all he has going for him. His damage is good though. His mob clearing is good. Boss damage is good. Like overall, he's still top tier. He's still top 2. But because Gilgamesh has more positives than he does, Gilgamesh goes above him. So yeah. Archer. A lot of you wanted a tier list when Archer was the only character like got added. So yeah, everybody is watching this video for Archer. Everybody's wondering, oh my god, F all this. Where's Archer? Where's Archer going to get placed? Archer is going to get placed probably above Bakugo. He's still mid. Archer is good in everything. Actually, no. Archer is top mid. Top mid, maybe a W actually. I don't know. But Archer, he's good at mob clearing. His damage is amazing. The only thing he doesn't have is mobility. That's the only thing Archer lacks. I feel like if Archer had the mobility, he would be like, he probably could rival like raid characters potentially if he had the mobility. Like one of his abilities just like had a dash added. He could rival them, but the mobility, he will go bottom W. He's yeah. I said enough. It's just the mobility. He just needed mobility. Other than that, yeah, he's down here. Megumin. Yup, I did it, boys. Alright, so my testing that I went through. I tested boss damage, cooldowns, and assist damage. Megumin has... her assist damage is only slightly behind Alice's and Naruto's. Well, actually no, I'll say just behind Alice's. But her assist, like her ult has more AoE than Alice's does. So she covers a lot more area for just a little bit, like a tad bit. It's not even that much, like less than, it's like less than 100,000, less than 50,000 I think actually, of damage. And as a main, if you have like high cooldown reduction, she's almost like spammable. She's pretty spammable. And because of the way her abilities are set up, she's second best in time challenge right now. She could potentially, if I get more practice with her, she could potentially contest Gilgamesh as top for time challenge. Like this is how good she is. So her mob clearing capability is second best. As of right now, is second best. Her boss damage is actually pretty good. I think I had like 5 people, like I had a bunch of people leaving in the raid, but I still ended the raid with like 86 million damage or something like that, I'm pretty sure. And then I tested it against bosses in Dimension. She killed them pretty fast. Like Megumin is the overall W. The only thing bad I would say about her is her first ability doesn't have an iframe, so it's easy to get hit. But like this is like a complete swing around from her normal, like her normal mode. Megumin is this new Megumin is a fat W. I highly recommend you boys. I highly recommend you boys use your raid tokens on her and not Naruto. She she also has no mobility as well. That's the thing. But like I said, she's pretty much in the same boat as Gilgamesh. The reason why Gilgamesh is here, she's also here, but she does it like maybe just a little bit worse. But she's still up there. She's definitely still up there. Yeah, that's all I really got to say about her. Toga. At first, as y'all saw the showcase video, I thought she was good. I thought she was up there, but doing testing, for one, she has no mobility. 2, her abilities are kind of ass. Her 1 doesn't have too much range on it, or AoE. Her 2 is, I hate that it hits one time. It hits one time and then it's done. And it's just weird. It's weird to use. Her 3 is the best thing about her. Her 3 is an amazing ability. Like that's literally the best thing about her. Her 4 holds you in place. It doesn't have too much range. It has like the same range as Yu-Gi-Oh. I feel like her boss killing damage, like her boss damage is actually better than most. It's better than Yu-Gi-Oh, I would say. Because of this, I will throw her above Yu-Gi-Oh. I feel like as a starter, like if you just need a new gem character to buy, I'd say go with her, like these 3. But I would mainly recommend Toga, because I feel like her damage is good enough to contest with Genos as like for boss killing, and like her mob killing I feel like is still better than Yu-Gi-Oh's. Because if you just gather them up, or not even gather them up, but looking at a general area, her 2 only hits one time, but it can still clear out a pretty wide area. Her 1 is good for killing stuff in straight lines, and her 3 is good for everything. So overall, she's top mid for sure. But yeah, I think that's the tier list, boys. I apologize that it was so long, but yeah, a long way to tier list. So if you enjoyed, like the video, comment your thoughts about the tier list. Make sure to join the group. Link will be in the description. I don't know if I said that in the beginning of the video or not. Discord link will also be in the description. And I'll catch you boys on the next one. Peace.